Hello there, friends. Do you recognize this woman behind the mask? It's Kathy. You're at Spicey Cat Jams. This is my preferred masking method. As I say, mask up, Minnesota. Our governor was a little slow. Oh yeah, welcome to MiniVan Monday. Maybe this will get posted. I'm going to try and keep this a lot shorter. The last MiniVan Monday, seriously, was almost an hour. So, masks. Here are our choices. We have the disposable. You know, work provides these. I have this little one that Eddie picked up, somebody made. And I have my scarf, which I have a bunch of Dollar Tree scarves. And this would work the best. I have tried shopping with all three, and this is my preferred because I can actually breathe. It's probably, someone's going to tell me, not any good because it doesn't have a strong enough barrier, but I'm all about being safe and protecting each other. So for the most part, I just like stay home. I'm still doing the social distancing thing. And, no, I messed up my hair even more. And try not to go out in public. But when I do, I always mask up. But both of these are very hard to breathe. Now, again, it's better to have a difficult time breathing than being dead. Not going to argue. You're not going to get a mask debate from me. I'm just saying that this really works. So if you have like anxiety, claustrophobia, tendencies, asthma, and in the summer it's usually pretty hot and humid in most places. It is here, and then you go in and out of places and the air conditioning's on, so the transition between the two can make it very difficult. So I always use my inhaler before I go in, and then this is my new way. And it worked perfectly. I've tried a few ways, but the way I had it, I like tied it around to the back of my neck like a robber in the Old West, and then I tied it on top of my head and then tucked the ends in. And that kept it, so I didn't have to double knot it. Anyway, in case anybody else cares, these little like scarves from Dollar Tree. This one's not from Dollar Tree. This was a gift from my dear friend Kim. But yeah, they work really well, really well. So it's Monday. I just got off long work weekend. Well, if you're if you're a new friend, you're probably not picking this video to watch. If you're an old friend, you're probably just listening while you're doing your dishes. This is my chatty video. You don't need to look at me. No, I can just talk in the background. What was I gonna say? I already forgot. Oh, so it was my work weekend. So it's Monday morning. I just got off work. I had to drive down to a town about 25 miles away. I had to drop something off. So I'm like, while I'm here, I ran into Walmart. Didn't get much. And now I'm waiting to go into Aldi because I'm just looking. They're like sensational find things, which are like very limited. You don't know when they show up and how many they're going to have. There's a couple things I'm looking for. So since I'm here, I'm going to wait, which means I have 45 minutes to wait. But that's okay. I got a drink, I got a straw, and I picked up a snack. It's breakfast time, or nighttime for me, so midnight snack. So I'm going to talk to you guys quick, and then I'm going to just sit in the parking lot and play on my phone and have a snack. So, yeah, it was kind of a long work weekend. I don't know. Just frustrated with a lot of things there. And my back's really hurting me today. I need to call my chiropractor also in this time while I'm waiting, because I missed my appointment and now I haven't been in. I've only been in once since March, and I normally go every 2 weeks. And today my back is really, really hurting. So Kitty update. Huey seems to be doing much better once he got on his meds. He did have a urinary tract infection, so he got medicine and special food, and now he's even more spoiled because he jumps on the counter and expects to be fed up there, soft food, so the other kids can't get it. And Eddie evidently turned on the water faucet for him, so now he wants to drink out of the faucet like my dear sweet Dolly used to do. Seriously. So amid his peeing issues, Gabby decided to just start peeing in front of us. Now with Gabby, you just don't know if it's attitude because she is Miss Sass, but I was able to obtain, like, seriously 3 drops of a urine sample. So I was putting laundry away and she promptly jumped in my basket and assumed the squat like she was going to pee. So I'm like, no, and I like take her out and I'm trying not to yell at her because I don't know if it's sick or not. So then she left my laundry basket and went and found a box of Eddie stuff and peed in it, which was mostly on top of a pair of socks. So here I am, like, not yelling at her, but like running to get a syringe and trying to like suck out the pee from the socks. Yeah, so now come to think of it, I think they were clean socks. If they were dirty socks, I wonder how it would have tested. Maybe Eddie has the UTI. Anyway, took that in. Yep. Pretty sure she has one, so she's on a different medication. And they're all going to be now on urinary care food. I talked to the vet. It is 2 weeks before I can get her in, before her appointment to get spayed. So another call I am going to make when I get done filming is to call a different veterinarian, because I know in 2 weeks she's going to be in the middle of heat again, which means she cannot get her surgery. And Huey, he's got little fluffy pom-poms that have been popping out. And if it's like the last time she was in heat, he's going to try and do something. And I cannot emotionally deal with another pregnant cat. I just can't. Oh, I can't. It would like, oh yeah, it would hurt. So, and besides we have 7 cats. So I couldn't have kittens, but, well, not me, but you know what I mean. So as much as I don't want to go to a different veterinarian, I'm going to call and see if I can get one in, just because if I can get her in, like in the next few days, before she goes into heat, life will be better. And then we can continue normal care with my veterinarian. But, you know, real life problems. Not really real life problems. What other updates? So it's August now. What do you think the world's going to bring us? Oh, FYI, we had a tornado. Not me personally in my house, but my friend's house, the cat sitter, there was a tornado that touched down in our town, about 3 miles outside of town. And I posted this on my Facebook page. I should have put it on the Spicey Cat Jams page too, to question how many other people had the similar conversation with their spouse / partner as this tornado event happened. So, synopsis. Okay, not synopsis. Kathy version. Eddie was home. He and I were sitting in the living room, both. I don't know, he was watching something and I was playing on my phone, and I heard the sirens going off, the tornado sirens. They went off not that long ago, and I think I woke him up, and he's just like, yeah, it's fine, whatever. So I didn't say anything. But I pull out my phone and I'm like looking at my phone for the alerts, see what's going on. Seriously, 10 minutes later, Eddie looks up from his phone, the TV, and he's like, are those the sirens? Yep. Excuse me. Got the hiccups. I said, why yes, they've been going off for 10 minutes. We're in a tornado warning. No, watch. Whichever it is where there's one been sighted. I said, there's been a tornado sighted outside of Gaylord. Seriously, Eddie, in the recliner, reaches over, pulls up the curtain, the draperies, looks outside. Yeah, I think it's just raining. And I'm like, seriously? Whew. Oh, this didn't go down all the way. Oh, there you go. Now it won't move. And I'm like, okay. And then he's looking at the phone, and then he read the same thing, a tornado touchdown. So then he gets out of the chair and leaves the living room. And I'm like, oh, should we go downstairs? And he's like, well, you can if you want to. And I'm like, oh, let me guess, you're going outside. He's like, yep. So I'm like, and I've made this peace with myself. I'm like, if it's my time to go, if it's a tornado, if it's a car accident, if it's something in my sleep, whenever it's my time, God already has that time picked out. There's not a lot I can do to prevent it. So I'm like, okay, besides, I'm in a brick house. What am I going to do? So I was coloring at the time, trying to de-stress. And all of a sudden I hear him from the entryway. We might want to take this one serious. Instant Kathy alertness. I'm like, okay. So then, of course, because I'm Kathy, I'm in my chair and I got all my supplies on me. I have to like put everything down, put my drink down, da da da. And I hear Eddie like, kitties, kitties, go downstairs. Seriously? The cats aren't going to listen. And I'm like coming around into the kitchen. I said, they'll follow us. We have to go down. And then he's still standing there and he's like, and seriously, I'm like going, okay, you're right at the top of the basement stairs. Let's go down. And he's looking and he's like, yeah, look at those clouds. You know, they're looking, I don't know, they're really low and they're kind of spinning. Again, this is like right over our house. Like, can we go downstairs? And then I said, I go, well, did you look to the south and the west? And he's like, no. So then he walks into the driveway again. I'm just like, oh my gosh, seriously, husband. So we kind of hung out there for a minute and it had moved on. And he's like, no, it looks like it's moved on. So that was good. And then we had like crazy rain that same time. All of the time not knowing exactly where this tornado had touched down. And we went back in. We had like the power go on and off, which is a little scary, especially considering the amount of rain that was coming down. Our sump pump is not a very deep well, I don't know what to call it, the hole that it's in. But in our basement, we have a sump pump and it runs year round because we have a pretty high water table near us. So if the power goes out, it doesn't take long for it to fill up and then flood the basement. Our basement is unfinished, not a huge deal. But of course, it's got crap all over the place and you don't really want to have to deal with it being flooded. So we kept an eye on that. Everything went fine. Yeah, next morning Eddie got up and he left for work. And then I'm on Facebook and it's like, seriously, my very, very good friend, the cat sitter, her house, well, not her house, her farm is where the tornado touched down. And she was telling me the stories and it was like her son was driving home from actually the town I'm in. And he was like, she was already home and she just thought it was like crazy rain. She had no idea. And he's driving his truck. He's 23, I think. And he's like, Mom, what is going on with this storm, you know? And he's like, obviously distressed. And she's like, what are you talking about? I don't know what you're talking about. And he's like, where are you? You know, go outside. And she's like, well, get home. I'm trying. And he said he's in his truck. And he is trying to, you know, he's pretty much got the pedal to the floor, trying to hurry home. And he's like, he's like, I can't. He's like, I'm like, it's like I'm not going, like I'm like, it won't work, or I'm getting dragged back, or I'm not, something's dragging me. And she said she went outside in her yard and walked down so she could look, because he like told her where he was and he was not that far away. And she said she saw the tornado coming down out of the sky, like right over his truck. The force of the tornado, which wasn't touched down yet and didn't touch him, was like pulling his vehicle backwards. And she's like, get here. I mean, I cannot imagine how, she freaked out a little bit. He got home. They all were safe. They, you know, it's like we get in the basement. But she had like a lot of damage, a lot of property damage. It was a farm. So she had like different outbuildings. 2 of them were lifted up off their foundations and moved. And like roofs, doors. But then and I've gone through different natural disasters, not a tornado. And she's like, so we have this one shed where there's like a big, sliding doors, like a big garage thing. And there's doors on both ends of it. And it was all closed. And she said the tornado, whatever, the doors on the one end blew through and like pushed. They had 2 trailers, snowmobile trailers, pushed the one into the other, and then the doors kept going and blew all the way through out the other side. So both of the doors literally blew off. And she said a little bit of denting or scratching on the snowmobile trailers, but there was an empty water bottle, like a plastic bottle, on the bumper of her snowcat trailer that had been left there from whatever. It was still standing in the same spot. The wind pulled doors off the hinges, pushed trailers, and left an empty water bottle. Is Mother Nature not crazy? Moral of the story, everything's fine. I mean, property damage, that was it. And that was not the only place. A lot of people had water damage. Kim, our dear sweet Kim, her basement flooded. So she had, I don't remember how many inches, but like had to call service masters and get like the entire carpet pulled out, and they're like having to redo. I mean, hers was a finished basement. Big mess. And I just found out yesterday, another friend of ours who lives up in the cities, they had a house fire. Not at the same time, but within this past week. They're all fine. It was funny. He like posts, even the crabby cat survived, he said. But, I was like, oh, what's August going to bring? I don't know. We're still dealing with Corona. But other than that, I mean, I just like to share the stories. I am doing fine. I still have not found my ring. I know I just need to like take everything out of the bedroom, go through like all the dressers. Who knows where it bounced, where it fell. We do not have floor vents. I haven't gotten to reply to all my comments yet, or all your comments, I should say. Several people said, make sure you check the heat vents. We don't have heat vents in our house. We have radiator heat. We don't have any central air system. So that's one thing that should be okay. So yeah, like I said, just because I have this feeling of calm, I know it'll show up. It's here. It's somewhere. I just have to, once I'm done dealing with cats peeing and going into heat and work stress and husbands that go look at a tornado instead of go in the basement, I'll have some time. It may not be for a while though, because now it's only a couple weeks away till the 6th annual C&E craft retreat. I am so excited. It's a smaller group. There's only going to be 12 of us instead of 15 this year. A couple people chose not to come due to the whole, Corona thing, which is fine. I plan to be very safe, but I just need some time with my girlfriends. We have not seen each other. You text, and everyone understands the risks. We're all agreeing if we feel sick or know we've been exposed, obviously we won't come, but we are going to have fun. So that's why I'm partly waiting for Aldi, because every paycheck I'm picking up a few more of the things I need since I host it as far as food, so I don't get hit with a really big bill all at once. But I'm going to actually cut this short, which isn't super short, but my phone cuts the video off when I hit 20 minutes and makes it into 2 minutes, or 2 videos, and then I have to piece it together, and it just takes me longer. You guys know it takes me long enough to get things edited, but I just wanted to check in, let you know I'm doing fine. I got to make some phone calls. Grandma is still doing fine. She's kind of enjoying having her own private room. And although she tested positive, she is not presenting any symptoms. So thank you. Answer to prayer. Hopefully she continues, and will test negative. So keep her in your prayers. Keep everybody in your prayers. Just be a little kinder, to others, a little kinder to yourself, all of that. We're all like people say, not we, but we never know what somebody else is going through. So just, show a little kindness, because we've all been there. So take care of yourselves, take care of each other, and always remember, you matter. You very much do. I love you guys, and I will see you soon. Bye.